I like to give all glory and praise and honor unto the Most High. And what I want to talk about today is, you know, having mastery over your spirit, man. Or having control over your spirit. Basically, that's what I mean. You ruling over like the emotions and your lust and things of that nature. You know, because if you could do that, you know, you'll be able to keep yourself in control of a lot of things. You know what I mean? And the reason I bring that up too, because it's a lot of people with they have power, but they don't have like mastery over their spirit, man. You know, and a lot of these guys in these Freemason groups and things like that, they put a lot of people on this list because they got angry or something they said. You know what I mean? It's like some real crybaby type stuff. Wah, wah, yeah. Look at what he said. Look at what she said. I mean, let's put him on the let's put him or her on the on the list, man. You know what I mean? Those people didn't have mastery over their spirit, man. You know, you know, you don't have mastery over your spirit if somebody says something you didn't like and you put them on this list. You're a weak individual, man. You know. Oh man, and I'm bringing that up, man, because when they put you on this list, man, they out here to make you look bad, antagonize you all the day, man, all day. And when you first get into the program, like it's natural to react. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you're being bombarded with what I mean with all this new stimuli, I should say. You know what I mean? You know, and these guys want to see commit suicide. Drive yourself off a bridge, end up in a mental hospital. But if you could gain mastery over your spirit, you'll be mightier than all, man. And the scriptures speak about that, man. And especially you know just going through this every day. These people that put you on this list, they a lot of them can't make it on this, man. You know what I mean? A lot of them, they would have folded already. You know. They put you on this list to put you in the position and the situation that they're in, hoping that you'll cop out. You know what I mean? But when the spirit of the Most High is with you, man, a standard get lifted up against them, man. He puts that hedge of protection around you, man. You know. And they attack you every day. But when you have mastery over your spirit, man, there's nothing these devils could do to you anymore. They torture me with directed energy. They drugged me. You know what I mean? They did all manner of wickedness. Technology used on me and all that crap. And after all that, what? I'm still here, man. You know what I mean? I'm not in jail, man. I have mastery over my spirit. And a lot of you devils would have quit already, man. And I know it. So we're going to get into these scriptures real quick. Proverbs 16:32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city, man. Being slow to anger is what I'm talking about, man. You're better than the mighty, man. You're better than people with all this power. You know what I mean? And all this stuff. You have mastery over your spirit, man. And it's okay to get angry, man. But be slow to anger, man. You know what I mean? Because if you out here constantly getting into the battles, you're not mastering your spirit, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes your emotions get the best of you. You know what I mean? But you have to try to master it, man. Be slow to anger, man. Better than any mighty. I mean, because a lot of these guys, they can't control their emotions, man. You know, you know, they can't. And he said, and he that ruled his spirit. I mean, that man that ruled his spirit is better than that man that could conquer a city. You know what I mean? That's major right there, man. Oh man, because if you can't control your emotions out here, and don't gain mastery over anything, man, over anything. You know what I mean? The lust of your flesh. You know what I mean? The you know what I mean? Alcohol. Drugs, anything, man. If you're letting that control you, I'll say, if you're letting those things control you, you don't have mastery over your spirit. It's okay to go out there and drink, but if you're letting that, if you're letting that alcohol take control of you, you don't have mastery over your spirit, man. That alcohol has mastery over you, man. So master your spirit, man. Proverbs 25:28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. Yeah. I mean, you have no rule over your spirit. Hey, you pretty much like a city with no defense, man. They're gonna keep attacking you, and that's what they doing out here. I mean, they want reactions out of you. They want you to keep reacting, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? So they could keep laughing and cockeying and doing it more. Oh man, it's like a city that is broken down without walls, man. You're just gonna keep getting attacked. They're just gonna keep throwing arrows into your city, man. But when you have mastery over your spirit, they're like that's the strong defense, man. You know what I mean? Not paying attention to what these guys are doing, man. And eventually they become clowns. You know what I mean? Trying to take you off, and you're already on another level, man. You mastered your spirit. Oh man. Gain mastery over it, man. Because like I said, man, like I was saying in the beginning, these guys that put you on this list, they didn't have mastery over their spirits, man. And that's that. And that's what that Freemasonry is basically all about. It's all about, if this guy has this power, if you don't do what I says, I'm gonna use this stuff to dismantle you. You know what I mean? Even though I'm doing the wrong thing, even though I'm breaking the law, I got the power. You know what I mean? Even though I'm getting mad at you for something that I'm doing, you know what I mean? That I've been doing, you know what I mean? Oh man, that's what it's about, man. And basically everybody got a handler. The handler's watching the handler, and the handler's watching the handler. If you don't do what this person says, he's gonna come down on you. No matter if that person's doing something wrong. They have no mastery over their spirit, especially to do the right thing too. You know what I mean? Let's take a look at this verse real quick. Yeah. I'm gonna look at 1 Samuel chapter 18, 14 through 15. And David behaved himself wisely in all his ways, and the Lord was with him. Wherefore, when Saul saw that he behaved himself very wisely, he was afraid of him. Look at that, man. You see, David had mastery over his spirit, and you know what? We're gonna look at the whole story of this real quick, man. We're gonna look at this story real quick. So right here, this is still 1 Samuel chapter 18, but we're gonna look at the story in total. And this is right when David came back from battle, and all the people were outside screaming, Saul killed thousands, David killed 10,000s, right here. And it says And it came to pass on the morrow that the evil spirit from the Most High came upon Saul, and he prophesied in the midst of the house. And David played with his hand at the other times, and there was a javelin in Saul's hand. So we all know that an evil spirit always came upon Saul. I mean, the Most High played them with an evil spirit, and that evil spirit, it put enmity between him and David. You know what I mean? So he hated David, basically because David was popping, because the Most High put that spirit on him, man. Let's keep going. And Saul cast the javelin, for he said, "I will smite David even to the wall with it," and David avoided out of his presence. So twice, you mean? So you see, he threw a javelin to try to kill David, man. And David, you know what I mean? The Most High spirit was on him, and he avoided it. Right here, 12. And Saul was afraid of David because the Lord was with him and was departed from Saul. See, the Most High left Saul. You know what I mean? His spirit wasn't joined with him no more. So he's seen that he tried to kill him twice. You know what I mean? And David wasn't even tripping, man. You know what I mean? When Saul had that evil spirit on him, David would actually go play the harp for Saul, to calm him down. You know what I mean? Oh man. Wherefore Saul removed him from him. I mean, he couldn't stand him in his presence. You see that? And made him his captain over 1,000. And he went out and came in before the people. And David behaved himself wisely in all his ways, and the Lord was with him. Wherefore, when Saul saw that he behaved himself very wisely, he was afraid of him. Yeah, that's the story in total. So you see, David had mastery over his spirit, man. You know what I mean? Somebody threw a javelin at you twice, and you're not tripping about it. You know what I mean? That put fear in the heart of Saul. Like, damn, this guy's not tripping. He's seen how he acted. He's seen how he behaved, man. You know what I mean? And that's what these guys look out here. They're looking at your conduct. You know what I mean? They doing all manner of wickedness to you, and you still keeping your composure. You still keeping yourself together after all this wickedness they did, man. You know what I mean? You target individuals. You gain mastery over your spirit, man. Oh man, this is what it's talking about, man. David behaved himself in such a manner that it put fear in the hearts of these men. You mean? So when they start doing all this, these, like I'm gonna say for my case in instance, they was doing all this tactics and all everything, and I wasn't reacting. You know what I mean? And they just had to keep ramping it up, and and I wasn't reacting, man. Then they gotta come inside your room and start putting stuff inside your food and all that stuff, and start moving your furniture. And I wasn't, I wasn't reacting. You know what I mean? Gain mastery over your spirits. And they gotta go to the level to where you start reacting. You know what I mean? They pushing it. They pushing the envelope, man. But then, you gotta gain mastery over it, man. You know what I mean? And leave them out there like clowns, man. Oh man, David was a hell of a man, man. Cause I wouldn't play that hard for Saul after he threw that javelin at me. That's why the Most High had so much favor on David, man. Because like, David was patient, man. Oh man, right here, Romans 12:19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, said the Lord. Yeah, the Most High is going to repay vengeance, man. He's going to repay vengeance, man. You got to be patient. And, I seen why David wasn't tripping, now, because David had, like, absolute faith in the Most High. And the Most High, his vengeance came down on Saul. And David ended up taking the throne. But David never went out of his own accord to take vengeance, on his enemies without consulting the Most High. He always waited for the Most High to give him the green light, and then he went ahead. And most of the times, David didn't really even have to do anything. He just, the Most High took care of it for him. You know what I mean? But we just got to be patient, man. You know. And honestly, when you look at all this whole targeting stuff, and the people that put you on this list, they wanted to get vengeance on you for something that you did. They actually turned out worse than you did. I mean, whatever you did, you know what I mean? Whatever you did that pissed them off, they turned out worse than you did to get vengeance upon you. You know what I mean? That's why I said, look, vengeance is mine. You know what I mean? Don't go out trying to, seek vengeance on somebody else, because you're gonna actually turn out worse than they are. You know, it's not gonna make you feel better. You know what I mean? You did all manner of wickedness, and now you in this rut. You know what I mean? Oh man, yeah. Avenge not yourselves, man, but give place unto wrath. And the most I'm gonna take care. He gonna take care of them, man, because we know what they doing is unjust, man. And we're just gonna bring this verse up real quick. Matthew chapter 7 verse 2. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged, and with what measure ye mete, it shall be measured to you again. Yeah. So basically, how you judge people is the way you're gonna be judged. So the same thing that they did, to you guys, for doing something, for doing something as, for pissing them off or doing something minor, and you're put on this list for the rest of your life. They're doing all manner of wickedness to you. That same judgment is required from them. You know what I mean? Or I should say, that same judgment is expected, to them. You mean, from the Most High. You mean, whatever infraction that they commit on somebody else, that same thing should be measured back onto you. The same thing, the same judgment, the same thing that you did to, to me, the same thing that you did to others. That same judgment is due to you. Like, oh, and then these are the same people that like, they feel like they're good people. They feel like, yo, I don't deserve this. No, you deem somebody else to deserve this, then that same judgment is coming back to you, and in due time it will. It shall be measured onto you again. So don't go out there trying to execute judgment on anybody else, man. Because whatever you dish out to them, it's due to you, man. It's due to you, and like I said, what they did. We know this program is unjust. That same punishment is due to these people, man. And the Most High, and the thing with the Most High, He multiplies it tenfold, man. So, it's gonna be bad, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna be real bad. In this realm or the next, and then most likely it's gonna be in the next realm. Most likely it's gonna be in the next spiritual realm. Where everything is gonna come, 100-fold. Everything is just gonna become full circle. They're gonna pay for it here too, but in the next realm is where you really gonna. Yeah, you're gonna see it, man. Oh man. Yeah, so gain mastery over your spirit, man. I know, it gets hard sometimes, but it's all a test, man. It's all a test. And another reason too that they know you got like, yo, real leadership qualities in you. They know you have. They know it was hard to corrupt you. You know what I'm saying? And you still hooking and jabbing, man. That's because you gain mastery over your spirit, man. Don't nobody can come to you and tell you. Oh, blood sacrifice your friend, or blood sacrifice this person, that person for some money, for a car or something like that. You know what I mean? People that do that, they don't have mastery over your spirit, or come to you and say, "Oh, let's go harass this person because this, that, and the third." You don't have mastery over your spirit, or even you mean the mastery of your spirit to resist, to not do that, to be like, nah, let the Most High take care of that. You know what I mean? No matter how hard, sometimes you get real mad, but yo, let the Most High take care of that, man. Actions speak louder than words, man. Your actions speak louder than words, man. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, you know, you guys that did that stuff, man. You know, you didn't have you didn't have mastery over your spirit, man. You know, you took vengeance on your family members, your friends. I mean, over some petty stuff. You had no mastery over your spirit. And that's why these are the type of people that join these Freemasonry groups, man, and have, they have these power and things of that nature. You know what I mean? These are men that don't have mastery over their spirit. You go piss them off right now. Wah, wah, put them on the list. Yo, I'm telling you, man. But yeah, man. All praises to the Most High, man. I'm out of here, man.